in a film called Death Wish, wherein he played a New York businessman whose family is raped and ravished and generally ill-treated by muggers, and who consequently goes on a one-man rampage, killing muggers on sight. It was an exceedingly violent film and therefore made a vast fortune at the box office. That being so, it's surprising that it's taken Mr. Bronson and the British director Michael Winner such a long time to get around to the sequel. But in the end, of course, money calls. And now the sequel, Death Wish 2, is being filmed in Los Angeles. The same team, the stone-faced Bronson and the ever-smiling Mr. Winner, are again involved, and so when we arrived on the location island, here Mr. Winner, modest and self-effacing as ever, talks about shooting on location.
I've always shot on location. Years ago I used to make documentaries with a crew of 2 people, me and the cameraman, and when I first went into a studio at Pinewood, which was meant to be very grand, it was quite awful. There were a lot of rotten cardboard sets with net curtains over the windows because there was no view outside, and I thought, what is this what I've risen to? In that case I'll go back to where it's all there. And of course on location the thing is built by the type of people or the type of society you're filming. The streets, the houses, the rooms, all smack of the authenticity of the place. We pull the real people off the street. We've given up extras. We use all the real people, which you can do here. I go to a crowd and say, let's have you and you and you and you, and we give them a ticket, and at the end of the day we pay them. In a minute. Now I need a courting couple. Where's a courting couple? I want 2 people in love. Well, all right, we have no one in love, that's right. We better take somebody not in love then. Oh, no. Well, you're too young to be in love with him. This is a daughter. We've changed it. Hold her hand. It's all right, you won't get arrested. Now stand here, and when the first member of the band here, you walk through. Just walk through here. Okay. Don't look at the camera. Be talking to your daughter, right? Don't look at the camera. Look at the band. Talk to your daughter. Okay, here we go. Technical problem.
Michael was an editor, and he directs like an editor. He never does a master shot. A master shot is when you shoot the entire sequence in one time, and then you punch up your key moments. Michael just goes right up for the throat and punches up the key moments, and you really have to be on your toes to keep up with it.
382. Band playing, background. Look round, darling, look round. Step out. Step out. Cut. Very good. How was that? Very good. Once again.
I would have thought in the beginning, before they worked together, that those two Charlie wouldn't have hit it off with Michael, but he did. They're both Scorpio, of course, which Michael's fond of reminding me that I don't stand a chance being a mere Taurus person between 2 Scorpios, but I don't really believe in astrology, but he has mentioned that once or twice.
He's a Scorpio, you see, as I am, and we're very positive thinkers. We take a situation and make the best of it. He's a man of few words. I'm perhaps sometimes a man of more than a few words, but, you know, he can come on a set with me and just with a few brief words or directions about what I want to do in the mood, in seconds, it's going to be done. We don't always agree on everything, but we argue it out, and we hold our ground.
Full load, that was no good.
I just thought you were going to cue me. I was waiting for you to tell me.
Beg your pardon.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Literally half a second after then, just as much as not to be covered, sir. Charles is very good at looking intense and as if he means business. He's wonderful at looking as if, even in preparation, he is intending to carry it through. He's in fact a very jolly man and a very funny man who loves a laugh. That's not a character that he puts out on the screen much, or even in personal life. But quite honestly, if you have to spend time with someone on a set, as you do, to spend time with the Charles Bronson of the movies would be horrific. To spend time with a real man is actually very good fun. No, you are looking at the flasher. She is looking at the thing. She don't know from nothing, this girl. She's totally gone. You are looking at the flasher, darling. And she is, that's what she is.
Oh.
Now, what do you do, darling? Get what to say.
I do nothing. I just shield her from life and turn her away or something.
I've known Jill since she was an actress in England in 1950, earlier than I care to mention, for both of us. And the part she plays is a small but important role of a radio reporter. It's not small, it's an important part. And I think she's very good for it. You know, it's not a part, quite honestly, one's going to get Jane Fonda or Faye Dunaway, but I think for the weight of the part, Jill is excellent.
381, take 4.
Ready? Background moving?
Charlie and I are taking his daughter out for a day. She lives in a hospital because she's catatonic ever since she was raped. My mother was murdered in the first death dish. And we're giving her a nice outing.
But I'll tell you what. Choose whatever you want to use table. I'll go off and buy the ice.
It's just a happy scene to set up what is to come.
Background action. And muggers. This day also introduces, as it were, the baddies of this film, who are 5 in number, because as Mr. Bronson is buying an ice cream, they jostle the crowd and steal his wallet. So it's the first introduction of the shadow upon the rather picture book beauty of the early part.
Hey!
Well, of course, the idea of vigilantes is awful. It's not a theme that I approve of, but the picture doesn't say go and get a gun and kill your local mugger. The picture says society has reached this extraordinary point where people are so desperate for law and order that anyone who does this would be applauded. Now, people did applaud the first film. I believe they'll applaud the second film. I think this is unfortunate, but it certainly shows a mad, pathetic desire to clean up their lives at any cost. All right, now form the line again. Form the whole line here. Camera back here. Form the whole line.
All right, everybody that was in this line, back please here.
I tend to make so many films about violence because people ask me to. In fact, I'd rather be making romantic comedies, but I'm very seldom asked to do that. And eventually, you either have to do as you are asked, which is what people think they will make money on by your doing it, or you sit at home and do the garden for a very long time, possibly forever. And whilst I like gardening, I also like making films.
Well, at least he's forthright about his motives. Did you notice, by the way, how he called Mr. Bronson Sir? He always addresses his stars thus, as if a film director served in the office of some kind of butler. Very polite of him.